Number 10. Aladdin is quite chummy with the brothel ladies. Aladdin. One Jump Ahead is an excellent scene-setting number that draws us into the enchanting fictional city of Agrabah.
Morning, ladies.
Getting into trouble a little early today, aren't we, Aladdin?
Trouble? No way. You're only in trouble if you get caught. Gotcha! I'm in trouble.
But as kids, we were probably too engrossed in Aladdin's unruliness to pick up on some of the background details. For instance, several innocent civilians get trampled or otherwise injured due to Aladdin and Abu's antics. Also, the protagonist briefly takes refuge in a room full of women whose profession we only understand now as adults.
Oh, it's that Aladdin's hit the bottom. He's become a one-man rising crime.
I blame parents, except he hasn't got 'em.
They seemingly know him quite well, perhaps too well, and their madam doesn't appear too fond of him. Later, during Prince Ali, he blows a kiss to the ladies as he heads to the palace.
Prince Ali, handsome as he, Ali Ababa. That physique, how can I speak? Wicked the name.
We guess he's a loyal customer. Number 9. The Macys Thanksgiving Day Parade balloon. Aladdin. During Prince Ali, Genie pulls out all the stops to hype up the crowd with a show-stopping performance.
Make way, here he comes, ring bells, bang the drum. Are you gonna love this guy? Prince Ali, fabulous he, Ali Ababa.
Robin Williams certainly goes wild with various characters and voices.
He faced the galloping hordes.
100 bad guys with swords.
Who sent those goons to their lord? Why, Prince Ali.
But you might have missed this nod to a major American cultural event. Between the 75 golden camels and 53 purple peacocks, we meet his two commentators, Harry and June.
He's got 75 golden camels.
Don't they look lovely, June?
Purple peacocks, he's got 53.
Fabulous, Harry. I love the feathers.
They aren't exactly dressed for Agrabah's intense heat, and when they speak, you can see condensation typically present when the weather is colder. The scene then cuts to an oversized gorilla-shaped balloon, reminiscent of those we often see at the Macys Thanksgiving Parade. Now that we've spotted this detail, we're more impressed by this subtle detail than we are by Aladdin's 60 elephants or llamas galore. Number 8. A Raiders of the Lost Ark nod. Aladdin. With several parallels between the two movies, we have to assume there were some major Indiana Jones fans among Aladdin's creators. For one thing, both protagonists are thrill-seeking adventurers with a knack for scheming their way out of trouble.
Some all-powerful genie. Can't even bring people back from the dead. I don't know, Abu. He probably can't even get us out of this cave. Looks like we're gonna have to find a way out of here.
Excuse me?
Also, Abu and Indy's double-crossing capuchin were both voiced by Frank Welker. But the scene where Aladdin finds the lamp in the Cave of Wonders and the subsequent action sequence might be a little on the nose for Raiders fans. Yet most children would have never guessed it wasn't wholly original. Interestingly, the animation's directors even apologized to Steven Spielberg for practically lifting the imagery from his movie.
I'm serious. Look, I'm sorry. I really am.
But apparently, he was fine with it, since Raiders also borrowed from other action-adventure films. Number 7. A Horse with Two Rear Ends. Aladdin. Early in the movie, crowds gather to peek at Jasmine's latest suitor, the obnoxious and ill-mannered Prince Ahmed.
On his way to the palace, I suppose. Another suitor for the princess.
When the two kids Aladdin shared his bread with suddenly run out in front of him on the street, his horse comes to an abrupt halt. They cower under the rude royal's wrath, but luckily our protagonist comes to their rescue once more. Aladdin tries to bring the conceited prince down from his high horse, but he responds with even more disdain.
Out of my way, you filthy brats!
Hey! If I were as rich as you, I could afford some manners.
Still, the main character gets the last laugh, at least if you got the joke. As Prince Ahmed rides away, Aladdin finds a veiled way to call him what we were all thinking. Even his horse is offended.
Look at that, Abu. It's not every day you see a horse with two rear ends.
Number 6. The Bachelor Party. Aladdin and the King of Thieves. It took 3 movies, but Aladdin and Jasmine are finally getting married.
There's a party here in Agrabah. There's excitement in the air. People pouring in from every part. Because Jasmine and Aladdin are gonna have a wedding.
Just not before Genie throws the groom an impromptu bachelor party. As a child, we're sure you rolled around in fits of laughter at the sight of Genie popping out of that cake. But older audiences definitely viewed this image differently.
There's something I need.
I gotcha. It's a bachelor party, big boy!
Perhaps some had even attended events with similar entertainment. Genie also hilariously takes a drink away from carpet. Well, somebody has to be the designated flyer. It turns out Aladdin wasn't really after a wild night out, so the mini bash ends as fast as it begins. Still, Genie proves that any celebration he throws, no matter how short notice, is sure to be a riot. Number 5. Opening with an infomercial. Aladdin. As youngsters, you probably enjoyed Aladdin's whimsical opening scene. However, when you grow up, you notice its likeness to those late-night infomercials we've all watched countless times.
Welcome to Agrabah, city of mystery, of enchantment.
The finest merchandise this side of the River Jordan, on sale today! Come on down.
It's basically one giant spoof of everything, from the peddler's characterization to the camera angles typically seen in these ads. Plus, have you ever paid attention to what's on sale? We doubt kids know what hookah is, nor have they much interest in coffee, although the fries maker is a nice perk. Also, you have to reach a certain age before you start getting excited over Tupperware.
I have never seen one of these intact before. This is the famous Dead Sea Tupperware. Listen. Still good.
There's even a theory that the peddler concocted the entire fantastical tale of Aladdin as a way to sell the lamp.
This is no ordinary lamp. It once changed the course of a young man's life. A young man who liked this lamp was more than what he seemed.
Either way, we're sold. Number 4. The punderful wedding guests arrive. Aladdin and the King of Thieves. In a send-up of televised red carpet events, Genie introduces some of the guests arriving for Aladdin and Jasmine's wedding. First up, Caesar and Cleopatra pull up in their stretch camel with a rather apt gift.
And who's this coming on the lovely stretch camel? Oh, it's Cleopatra and Caesar, and they're bringing a salad.
He also parts the crowd to introduce Moses, although are we sure that's not Genie in disguise? The resemblance is uncanny. He also has a comical exchange with Thor, the Norse god of thunder.
I'm Thor. You're Thor? Well, it hurts. Once again, this whole broadcast has been brought to you by sand. It's everywhere. Get used to it.
Of course, he tops it all off with a hysterically perfect nod to the broadcast's very on-theme sponsor. As a child, you probably weren't quite as familiar with these types of events, historical figures, or worldly deities. But as a grown-up, this scene is simply pun-tastic.
The party going on now. Got a party. Got a party. Help me. I can't stop myself. Somebody rub the lamp. Somebody rub the lamp. Oh, you know I feel it. That's enough.
Number 3. Genie loses at chess. Aladdin. Genie and Carpet are arguably one of Disney's most underrated duos.
Yo, Rugman, haven't seen you in a few millennia. Give me some tassel. Yo.
They're as close as a rug and a magical being can be, and aren't afraid to tease each other. In one scene, we see the pair playing chess. Carpet wins, leaving Genie to sheepishly break the fourth wall.
So move. Hey. That's a good move. I can't believe it. I'm losing to a rug.
When we were kids, we definitely thought that the idea of losing a game to a carpet was hilarious.
Well, I feel sheepish.
However, unless you were a chess aficionado, you probably didn't think much more of it. In fact, this one might have gone over the heads of many adults too.
No, but Jasmine, listen to me, please. You don't understand.
Those in the know likely would have noticed that Carpet's move was actually rather clever. Perhaps the animators were also skilled chess players? Number 2. The palace shakes on Aladdin and Jasmine's wedding day. Aladdin and the King of Thieves. This really was the wedding of the millennium.
Hello, and welcome to Lifestyles of the Rich and Magical. That's right, we're taking you to the marriage of the millennium.
So much happens before anyone even utters their I do's. As the ceremony begins, the 40 thieves put their plan to rob the wedding guests into action.
There's a party here in Agrabah, and we're gonna rob 'em blind.
While they're all munching caviar, create a small disturbance, I'll sneak up from behind.
It all starts with an elephant that happens to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. But its reaction causes the whole palace to shake, prompting Genie to say,
I thought the Earth wasn't supposed to move until the honeymoon.
We'd be rather astonished if you understood this double entendre as a kid. But now, you gotta admit, it's pretty hilarious. Even with stampeding animals and an impending raid causing chaos, you can always trust Genie to make time for a brilliantly witty gag. Before we unveil our top pick, here are some honorable mentions. Carpet Gets Trampled, Aladdin and the King of Thieves. Just another day in the life of a magic rug.
You're almost Dumbo Toe Jam. Oh, they trampled the carpet. That's a little redundant. So this isn't a bad day for you, really, is it?
Knock 'em dead, kid. Aladdin and the King of Thieves. This is a matter of life and death, literally.
You're my son. You'll be that man. Knock him dead, kid. Seriously.
Crazy Hakim's Discount Fertilizer, Aladdin. They're headed for a big old pile of something pretty gross.
All I gotta do is
It was a steal, the return of Jafar. Aladdin got the 5-finger discount.
It's lovely. It must have cost a fortune.
Oh no, it was a steal.
The Sultan's Self-Burn, Aladdin. Sultan, you might want to think that through again.
I don't know where she gets it from. Her mother wasn't nearly so picky.
Number 1, Genie's Arsenal of Impressions, the Aladdin franchise. Aladdin co-director Ron Clements once shared that the role of Genie was written with Robin Williams in mind.
Listen to Genie, dear. Genie knows. You've got to get your mind off this incessant waiting.
The phenomenal actor was known for his impressive versatility, so they gave him free rein to improvise. Indeed, Williams fully let loose, giving us a plethora of excellent, hysterical, and unforgettable pop culture references.
You're gonna grant me any 3 wishes I want, right?
Almost. There are a few provisos, a couple of quid pro quos.
Like?
Some were aimed at kids, while others we wouldn't get until we were older. For instance, the taxi driver nod initially went over our heads.
Are you looking at me? Did you rub my lamp? Did you wake me up? Did you bring me here? And all of a sudden you're walking out on me? I don't think so. Not right now. You're getting your wishes.
We also were not yet familiar with Jack Nicholson's work, and it would still be a few years until we'd become acquainted with the Marx Brothers.
Hey, that's no good. What the wedding needs is a theme. Needs a groom too, but let's work with what we have.
Genie.
It's a joke.
But now that we've brushed up on our popular culture, rewatching Aladdin is like entering a whole new world. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from MsMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.